what's up? It's Adventures with Ariel. Today we are talking about the differences between Universal Studios and Disney World when it comes to the rides. When you think about the rides at Disney World, you think nostalgia. These are all the rides that I remember from when I was a kid. Splash Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, and just so many nostalgic rides that we all remember from our childhood. So think about Universal Studios. Think about your latest trip to Universal. Think about when you went there when you were a kid. I can guarantee you that most of the rides, if you're my age, if you're around 26, most of the rides you remember going on at Universal when you were a kid are not there anymore. It's true. The Simpsons replaced Back to the Future. The Terminator ride recently closed. Jaws is not there anymore. E.T. is still there. We can still count on E.T., to bring us back to our childhoods. King Kong is not there anymore. All these great rides you remember as kids are gone. Rides that I really miss and I wish I could go back on. I wish I could ride those rides again. King Kong, which was an amazing ride back in the day, for those of you too young to remember it, is basically King Kong lifted you up in a car and you're just kind of looking around New York City. I don't know, it's pretty cool. Universal used to be about that old school movie magic. Now they're just more about movie franchises and appealing to the youths, to the teens, which there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, they have to have a different angle from Disney. Disney knows that they're gonna bring back that audience that remembers doing Disney as kids, and people can count on that with Disney. Disney's all about the nostalgia with their Disney characters, Disney movies. Why do adults like me come to Disney World in the first place? It's because they have so many amazing memories from when they were kids, and they have so many fond memories of the Disney movies. Even the Carousel of Progress is still there, and if Carousel of Progress was at Universal, they would have replaced that long ago. Let's be honest, the animatronics are a little bit old school. It broke down a few times the last time I rode it, and it was my husband's first time going on it. It kind of left a bad impression on him, and he was like, I don't know if I want to do that again, but I was like, come on, man. It's a pretty good ride. It's a classic. As big of a Disney fan as I am, I have to admit, I prefer the rides at Universal Studios. And I think it's because, as a result of so many rides having been replaced, the rides that they're replaced with are a lot more high-tech. They're a little bit more advanced. And Universal has put out some phenomenal rides in the past 15 years. Universal Studios has some amazing motion-based 3D dark rides. I think when it comes to Spider-Man, when it comes to the Forbidden Journey, the Gringotts ride at Diagon Alley, I think it's very clear that Universal excels in those kind of rides. And for those of you who don't know what dark rides are, they are rides that are set indoors, kind of like Space Mountain, the Mummy ride. It's really up to personal preference. I actually love the Disney World rides because they remind me of a more innocent time. Universal Studios is very much about its thrill rides. Disney World's really about appealing to everyone. There's a few exceptions at Disney World, like the Rock and Roller Coaster and Tower of Terror. Those are definitely more for the thrill audiences, for the people who are a little bit older. Oh, hey, Lexi. Hi. This is my kitty cat, Lexi. Hi, Lexi. Say hi, Lexi. Oh, she doesn't like this. Okay, so it really comes down to your personal preference when it comes to these rides. I think there's pros and cons to both. What disappoints me about Universal sometimes is that I can't go on the rides that I used to when I was a kid. Hanna-Barbera isn't there, the Back to the Future ride isn't there anymore. If you just look at a commercial from Universal back in the day and you compare it to the way it is now, it's not even St. Park, in my opinion. With the main Universal theme park. With Islands of Adventure, they've kept everything pretty much the same. The Toon section and Islands of Adventure, that hasn't changed at all. And that's a lot of cartoons from the 1930s that a lot of people don't remember anymore. Woodpecker is one of the main Universal Studios mascots, and he's not really that modern of a cartoon. I know no one my age has really seen any Woody Woodpecker cartoons. I mean, I'm sure it's a great cartoon, but yeah, it's not a lot of people are familiar with it nowadays. So that's kind of funny, and that way they do hold on to a little bit of the old school. I love both parks when it comes to their attractions. Disney World, they're starting to come out with a lot of very impressive new rides as well. With the Flight of Passage ride at the Avatar section of Animal Kingdom, they are really stepping up their game. I think you should do both Universal and Disney World in the same trip if you're willing to try out different kinds of rides, because I think both have very different and exciting, fun rides to offer. I hope you enjoyed this video. What are some of your favorite rides at these parks? I think my favorite at Universal Studios would be the new Gringotts ride, and I think my favorite at Disney World Oh god, that's always a tough one. One of my favorites is most definitely Space Mountain. I actually really love Soarin' at Epcot, the new updated version. I think it's an improvement over the former. It blew me away. So I would highly recommend that at Disney World if you haven't tried it. But yeah, what are some of your favorite rides at the parks? Let me know in the comments, and please subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I love talking about this kind of stuff. I would actually love to do just a series on Disney World versus Universal, kind of breaking it down from the rides to I could talk about resorts. I don't know the resorts at Universal Studios as well. I'd have to probably stay in a few more in terms of like ways to save money. So I would love to do a series about that. So yeah, let me know what y'all think. Click up there. I did a video on Disney World tips and tricks specifically for adults, for 20-somethings, and another video I've done is my Universal Studios tips for teens. So if you're closer to that age group, if you're a parent with teens. Alright y'all, thank you so much for watching and have a magical day.